It happens in an instant. The lights flicker once, then die. Your TV screen goes black, mid-sentence. The gentle hum of your refrigerator stops so suddenly it feels like the house is holding its breath. At first, you assume it's just another power outage. Maybe a transformer blew, or someone hit a pole. You grab your phone to check social media, expecting to see neighbors complaining, but there's no signal, no data, nothing. That's when you realize this isn't a normal blackout. Something deeper is wrong. When the power goes out during wartime, it's not just electricity that disappears. It's the invisible systems holding modern life together. The streets are dark, traffic lights are dead, the sky is empty, with no planes overhead. For a brief moment, there's a strange calm as neighbors gather outside, confused but quiet. Then, the silence becomes unsettling. No traffic, no sirens, no background noise of civilization. It's a quiet so profound it feels loud. You try the radio? It's mostly static, but you eventually find a looping emergency message. A robotic voice telling people to stay calm and remain in their homes, but calm is the last thing anyone feels. Whispers of explosions, military movements, and attacks jump from house to house. People start calculating their resources. Who has food? The sense of community starts to fray at the edges as survival instincts take over. The illusion of safety shatters. Your phone, once your lifeline to the world, is now just a useless brick, its battery slowly draining to zero. As the sun sets, small fires appear across the neighborhood, not from destruction, but from desperation. As people try to cook without electricity, you see the flickering light of candles and lanterns in windows, small pockets of defiance against the encroaching dark. Military helicopters chop through the sky, their searchlights cutting across rooftops. Armored vehicles patrol the streets, a heavy, intimidating presence. A neighbor's child has an asthma attack, and a frantic debate begins. Who has an inhaler? These become impossible choices. Life or death decisions made over a fence line. The social fabric we all took for granted unravels thread by thread. As night falls, the darkness is absolute, a kind of blackness most of us have never experienced. The stars, unobscured by city lights, seem unnervingly bright and cold. Every sound is amplified. A branch snapping, a dog barking, footsteps down the street, each one feels like a potential threat. Sleep becomes a luxury you can't afford. You sit in the dark, listening, waiting. For what? You don't even know. By morning, the radio broadcast finally changes. It confirms what you feared. These were coordinated attacks on the nation's power infrastructure. Martial law has been declared. Civilization didn't collapse slowly. It was simply switched off. In less than a day, everything has changed. You're forced to think differently, ration differently, and most importantly, trust differently. Every stranger is a potential threat, but also a potential ally. You learn to read intent in people's eyes, to measure your words carefully. The rules of the old world no longer apply. Thesis, a new harsher reality. The days that follow blur into a routine of survival. Finding clean water becomes a full-time job. You learn to purify rainwater, to identify safe sources. Food is rationed down to the last crumb. You discover which of your neighbors can be trusted, forming small, tight-knit groups for protection and resource sharing. You also learn who to avoid, the ones whose desperation has made them dangerous. You see the best and worst of humanity. A group of teenagers risks their lives to scavenge for medicine for an elderly woman. But you also see looting, violence, and people turning on each other for a bottle of water or a blanket. The veneer of civilization was thinner than any of us ever imagined. The world you knew is gone. You learn new skills out of necessity. How to start a fire without a lighter, how to navigate by the stars, how to treat a wound with limited supplies. You become more resourceful, more resilient than you ever thought possible. Even if the power eventually returns, the knowledge of this fragility remains, but you will never hear it. The same way, the modern world is a delicate, intricate machine, and you've now seen what happens when someone pulls the plug. If this story made you think, consider subscribing for more content that explores the world we live in. Stay safe out there.